All right, everybody, welcome in. This is going to be another Stormgate tournament. This one hosted by Ariel Stormgate. Had a quick little pause there. There was some indication that if they got the wrong server, they might restart, but that doesn't look like what's happening. This is the qualifier tournament for the Ariel Stormgate circuit. The grand finals will be coming up, I think, next week. And this is just to qualify for anyone who is not yet qualified in. And let me introduce our players here. In the blue, we've got playing the Vanguard faction. This is Thanks. Also playing Vanguard, we got a VVV today. This is Ikeor, playing in the red. We're on Scarlet Isle. I unfortunately have not gone and memorized the creators of all these beautiful maps, but this is another one of the beautiful maps out there. There has just been some map shuffles on the ladder on the PTR. If you're not on the PTR yet, go check it out. It's definitely posting some new fun Stormgate matches out there. Here we have our first pup coming down from Ikeor. Scout out on the map. And again, I haven't actually played this map yet, so this looks like this is an interesting direction. Is there a ramp in here? There is a ramp right up there. So this is checking for a base down here. There is a ramp, but then there's these pocket bases, right? And we know that Thanks has already expanded to his pocket base. And what do we have? Oh, there we have Scout out for Thanks as well, and now we have Scout on Scout violence. A couple servos get in there. Is Ikeor Scout going to get away? No, he actually goes down. But he got the Scout he needed. That is, he was able to see that there was this second base already up for Thanks. Now Thanks is running out. Yeah, it looks like he's headed over here to the Wellspring. Now is that a... This is not a Wellspring. I think this one is a mana fountain. Alright, so there is another ramp on the pocket base too. So Thanks goes in for the Scout. Doesn't see any expand yet. And a couple Lancers out here. And it looks like Ikeor is going for mech. He's probably going to have Hedgehogs popping out any second here. Well, it looks like he's kind of walling this ramp off a bit. But at the same time has still not expanded. I think this is probably going to be advantageous for Thanks, who has been able to get some of that extra income here for a couple minutes already. And if Ikeor is unable to do anything with this little aggression that he's got on the way here, I think this could be Thanks pulling ahead.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate.
Two Hedgehogs here are definitely going to be helping out. These Lancers have to get up close to fight, and the Hedgehogs are so maneuverable that, yeah, unfortunately both Lancers go down. Ikeor is still rallying in a couple Lancers, hoping to maybe get some servos for this attack, but they get aggroed onto the Lancers and unfortunately go down without taking any casualties of their own. So that was a nice, easy defend for Thanks. And Ikeor is definitely going to need to expand, and here he goes. Okay, sending his two servos over to expand. That early aggression did not quite work out the way he hoped. Now it's Thanks moving out with his Hedgies.
Enemy forces have begun to secure a Stormgate.
And gonna grab this Stormgate uncontested here. Before my guess is maybe just pushing up and seeing if he can do some damage on Ikeor's ramp or on his Expo. Now Ikeor is he's building up some scouts now, it looks like. Stormgate was captured. We saw the little animation there. That's what is that? The shadow mark. Probably gonna drop down on top of all these buildings here. He's even gonna build another, what's that, hangar bay here. And rolling towards the expansion, it looks like. In come the Hedgehogs. This is going to be rough. for Ikeor. He does have some scouts and medtechs here, but I don't think that's going to be enough to defend. This early barracks is going to be caught. Actually, servos get targeted first, and bye-bye to this base. Down come the scouts and the medtechs. Maybe a nanoswarm or two could be helpful here if they're up, but the medtechs are quickly peeled off, and now we have an uncontested army in the base, deciding maybe I'll just go straight in, and there's the GG from Ikeor. Alright, welcome back in, everyone. This is going to be game number 2 between these two. Once again, playing in the Vanguard, this is Ikeor. Oh, they're zoom out now. Oh my goodness, everyone. And his opponent, winner of the first match, this is Thanks. And zooming way out. Wow, I love that. That's going to be good for big battles later. And of course, last game, Ikeor went for a little earlier aggression and wasn't able to make that work for himself. So we'll see what happens. Whereas it looks like Thanks is once again opening with the expansion, which worked well for him. He was able to defend the expansion, and then from the units he was able to produce from the extra income, close out the game there in game number 1. In case you're not aware, I'll also give a little shout out to my friend Thanks here, who is part of the community dev team that has been putting together these patches for the public test realm. And a lot of work put in by Thanks, as well as a few others that are implementing these new units, new unit powers, etc. For testing. So shout out to Thanks for that. And here he is showcasing some of his really good Vanguard skills. I think he's one of the top Vanguards. Am I too zoomed in, says Jay? Whoa, how do I know how zoomed I am? What makes it go back to normal zoom? Anyone know? Oh, I was fiddling with the view there. Woo! Okay, scouts going this way, scouts going this way. So we have, Thanks to Scout is in the base, finds a Lancer there, and is being a little annoying to that servo. I don't know what the servo's doing, maybe trying to build something, but it can't. Exo pops, there goes down the scout. Ikeor has 2 scouts out, but they haven't made it into the base yet. Is there a ramp there? No. Maybe this is the first time he's been on Sector 9, because I have not been on Sector 9 before myself. 2 scouts in, but Lancer's trying to chop them up. But they get away. Where did that Lancer go? Oh, he's back to standing where he belongs, at the front gate. Trying to block folks. But here come those... Oh, it's Exos this time for Ikeor. So Ikeor is again trying the little early aggression here. But this time switching tech, instead of going Lancers and Hedgehogs.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
We have Exos on the field. And our first Hedgehog is out for Thanks. And we've got an overcharge on servos. The boys are being pulled. And Ikeor is running into... Ooh, he had a good little location there. His Exos are actually kind of in a nice spot, making it a little harder to get some surface area on them. However, the Hedgehogs are still able to shoot from the back lines and clean that up for Thanks. Lone Exo over here. Not sure if he wants to head to the front lines after hearing all the screams of his friends, but no! Well, he was stuck there, and now he's a goner. This is starting to look a little bit like game number 1 here. As we see Thanks now with his small army, with his Hedgehogs and a few units out of the racks. And I think he's going to push forward, although Ikeor's got a force moving out now too. So Ikeor hasn't fallen behind this time so much as he keeps producing units. And what do we got here? Power Stone. What are we going to power up? Really good use of the scout there by Thanks. The scout, of course, can see beyond the fog of war. And notice that there were units there. And so, oh, and a power stone on the Vulcan right away. That was clutch. With the dash in. Literally the dash there, I think, was to get close to the power stone so the power stone could jump on top as quick as possible. But with that avatared Vulcan out, there's almost nothing that Ikeor is going to be able to do now, because the Vulcan just tears through this kind of bio units. And look at these guys crossing past each other in the night as Ikeor is thinking, I'm going to move forward, but there's another Vulcan out there. And look at how the Vulcan just chews through these units. The other Vulcans made it to the front, up to the ramp. Last stand, a couple servos in here too. Will a Lancer go down? Yes, one Lancer down, but the hero Vulcan up front. One last med tech. I'm afraid this is gonna be GG from Ikeor.